So, man, it's so much that we could go into, but I want to get back on something too, because all of the finance things you do, but you also do life insurance as well. And we kind of talk about misconceptions or preconceived notions. And for some reason, life insurance is another situation where people are like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? And there's all different kinds of life insurance. There's kind that'll got dividends, but there's kind that's, you know what I'm saying, you can take out and do things all like that. What do you kind of recommend for people who are kind of apprehensive about life insurance in the first place?
So I'm going to throw something back on you, and I'm going to show you that there is a game being played at a high level. I'm talking about above anybody that you're going to meet and see yourself, man. Matter of fact, I think those people ride around in limousines with deep tinted windows, man, and bullets can't even penetrate them windows, man. Them people that are just protected, and there's a game played at a high level. And I'm going to ask you this question, and this will lead into what I'm going to share with you. Let's say you had a life insurance policy, and you were paying $100 a month for that life insurance policy. I'm just throwing a number out there. And let's say your death benefit was $150,000. I'm just making up a scenario here, right? What would you say, Monty? What do you think the life insurance company is doing with the premiums you pay them on a life insurance policy?
I would guess they're probably taking that money and investing it somewhere or something else like the banks do.
For sure. There's no question. And I want you to think about this. If you paid a life insurance company $100 a month, and let's say you don't die for 30 years, you gave them $36,000 out of your pocket. They've been investing that money that whole time. They grow it to nearly $350,000, $400,000. You die, they give your family $150,000. The insurance company insured you, it never cost them a penny. They use your premiums to grow money, pay you the death claim out of that money they grew. It never cost the insurance company absolutely not a dead nickel. And so here's what we tell people. We tell people you don't need life insurance. What you need is money. But if you don't have any money, if you have no money, you need a life insurance policy until you get some money. And as soon as you get some money, you fire every life insurance company in America, because your money needs to go into accounts where that money is working for you and not for some insurance company, bank, credit union, savings and loan, getting rich and wealthy off the backs of low and middle class families across this country. And I'm telling you, I'm looking you dead in your eye and telling you that's the game that's being played. And you know, so what I tell people to do, Monty Mont, is only get term insurance. Why? Because it's cheap. You can get a lot of coverage for very cheap, inexpensive money, so that you're not pouring all of your money into a life insurance policy. So you can take a portion of that money that you can afford to pay and put that into a mutual fund. So you have your cheap term insurance, put money in a separate mutual fund. So as soon as your mutual fund money or your investment money gets to a level where you're satisfied with that, then you stop paying life insurance, take the money you've been paying on life insurance, add that to your mutual fund, and now you can get your money working for you, and not some insurance company, bank, and credit union. Because you ready for this one? My daughter is studying in school right now to be an investment banker. She's in Rice University, and it's some high-level stuff. But Warren Buffett, she did a study on Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett bought Geico Insurance. He was on the board of directors for Geico Insurance, and he bought them because he knew some inside information. And Warren Buffett, to his own admission, basically said that he built his empire, a good chunk of it, a portion of it, off the money he got from Geico Insurance. All of these insurance premiums people are paying, he's taken all of this insurance premium in, and he's been able to buy and acquire all of these other companies. Prudential Home Loan, used to be Prudential Home Loans, it's Berkshire Hathaway now. All of them real estate offices, he took over that. He took over NV Energy. He's been buying up the world by using insurance money. Insurance is one of the biggest scams that exist in this world. That there is free money. You ready for this? You know why it's so profitable? And I have to tell you, Monty, I benefit from it. The Lord says the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, man. So I'm just there with my little righteous self, man. People that need that insurance, man. I'm like, look, man, you got to get some of this insurance if you ain't got no money, because they pay insane compensation on people that's marketing insurance. Why? Because it's all profit. If you were selling an iPhone, you would have to make an iPhone, spend money to build the product, and then you would go sell it. You would have to recoup back your expenses and then get into profit. With insurance, there's no expenses. You just have a sheet of paper saying you got a life insurance policy, or you got a sheet of paper saying you got an investment. There's no expenses. It's all profit, all the money. They don't even want to send you the paper anymore. They say, hey, man, we're going to set you up for e-delivery because we don't even want to spend no money to send you a paper copy of it. We just want to send you an email, man. So we ain't even got to spend that little 2 cents.
Paper, yeah.
They don't even want to send you the paper, man. They don't want no expenses. They want all your money, no expenses. And that's my gist, man. I tell people you need a low-cost term insurance and put the balance of your money into mutual funds. I got people paying. I met a young lady today, not saying, obviously she's in another state, was paying $130 a month for life insurance and investment account, and the same coverage. She had a $50,000 policy that's a cash value policy, where it's a life insurance and an investment tied together. She was paying $130 a month for $50,000 in coverage. We got her the same $50,000 in coverage in a term policy for $61 a month, not $130. And then we took the difference to $68 and we put that into a mutual fund. In 25 years, she'll have approximately 120-something thousand in that mutual fund 25 years from now, and spending the same exact money, the same $130. Wow. And so it's a mathematical formula. Now, you can't compare term insurance to cash value insurance. It's not a fair comparison, because cash value insurance has life insurance in a savings account. Term insurance is just life insurance. There's no savings attached to it. So you have to put a mutual fund with it to be able to do a fair comparison. So all we did was showed her a fair comparison of a term insurance policy and a mutual fund, and compared that to her cash value. And we're going to win that 100% of the time. There's no way to win that conversation, because I tell people all the time that your mama might lie to you, your brother, your cousin might lie to you, man, but numbers don't lie. The numbers on that paper don't lie. And so it's going to tell you the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Okay, guys, we are running out of time. I'm going to just say it now, because I have never said this with a guest before, but this is about to be a recurring guest, because I've learned so much in about 40 minutes. And I know if you've been watching this, you have too, but he's got so much more. Like you said, his daughter is an investment bank. Like it's so many things. So I don't know if I can set this up for a monthly something, but we gonna have you back seriously, because this has been outstanding. Can you go ahead?
Well, I just wanted to hit on something, because there's been this whole craze on cryptocurrency.
Oh, that's right. Yes, please.
And I just want to share with people so they really understand what they're walking into. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you is that cryptocurrency, it's digital currency. That's really the definition of cryptocurrency is digital currency. It's not like the monetary money that you have in your pocket. You're saying, hey, I got some digital money.
Right.
But the thing is with cryptocurrency, first of all, there's over 6,700 cryptocurrency companies that are publicly traded right now. You have 6,700 choices. Now, the most prominent one is Bitcoin. They have 1.2 trillion of market capitalization, meaning that 1.2 trillion of dollars is with Bitcoin. They're the largest, right? But here's the thing is, and what people got to realize, it's like buying Bitcoin. You can't have Bitcoin. You have to take your real money, give them your real cash paper money to buy some digital money. So you have not eliminated the need of paper money, right? Because you're buying money. It's like going into a casino and gambling. And I'm not encouraging that. I'm not saying that I go to a casino. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I don't go to casinos. I'm not a gambler, never been one, right? But when you go into a casino and you give them your money, they give you playing chips like coins or whatever. Those things in that casino is worth, it's worth whatever you paid for them. $25, here's a $25 chip. Yeah. When you convert your money into cryptocurrency, it's the same as converting your money into chips at a casino or something like that, like a token, right? Yeah. Now, here's the thing is, there's no business. There's no company that's operating, bringing in revenue to create dividends and capital gains and all of those things. There's no business. There's no infrastructure of a business that's being scaled.
Yeah.
The only way those things grow is they got to get more people to buy it at a higher price. That's what drives up the cost of it. They got to find some more people that want to get into this thing to drive up the price. And as soon as people to stop putting their money in there, it's got to create some flow of revenue. There's no revenue for it. There's no business attached to it.
Right.
And even in some countries that even they're like banning it. Like you can't do cryptocurrency in China. They have banned cryptocurrency in China. Don't take my word for it. Google it.
Interesting.
They have banned it in China. So even Morningstar, which is an analyst for reviewing all kinds of stocks, they're like the premier analyst for you to get information about which companies to buy stock in, mutual funds, every investment on the New York Stock Exchange, you can find in Morningstar. When you go into Morningstar to try to review some of these companies, they're not even ranking them Morningstar because they're saying there's not enough investors in proportion to the amount of people living in this world that is worth them to even evaluate. So that's telling you it's really speculative and it's very risky. Now, I would tell people if somebody was just like, I want to get into that, I would tell you to get in at the infancy. And when it scales, get out of it. Pick your moment and say, man, I got enough money and get out of it because it is a very speculative thing. And I think it's a trend that eventually, now some of them, what they're doing is they're starting to branch off and create real applications or real products to be able to generate a flow of cash.
Yeah.
And how they're doing that is now they're starting to charge the people that buy it like trading fees for even buying it. And they're just starting to generate some flow of cash just from the transaction of you buying it. Some of these platforms like Robinhood and some of these people that charge you this money to do that. But at the end of the day, right now, that cryptocurrency, you might need to get in at the initial coin offering, or what they refer to as initial public offering when it first, because like Coinbase just went public. It's at right around $291. How much more than Goldman Sachs? I have no clue. But it just kind of shows you the aura of what it's felt like in the thing. And I think people are just hearing all of these catchphrases. But to me, if I peel back all the layers of Monty Mont, I would say it's not defined a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme by definition, and it's not because somebody is skimming the money off the top or anything like that. That's why it's not considered that. But man, it just feels like it's only going to benefit them people that was in there at the very beginning. More than anybody else. It's averaged 121% return over the last 7 years. Bitcoin over the last 5-6 years that has been in existence since 2013. It's averaged 121% return. So it's been a monster for a lot of people. But I think it's starting to hit its plateau, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But a lot of people are going to find out that it's not going to make you an overnight success. It's still going to be a long journey to get to success financially.
Yeah, it probably is. And, it has been a buzzword, especially with Coinbase and all that, and everybody's buzzing and talking about it. But, as with everything, there's usually all that glitters is not gold. And I think people are more excited. And we're kind of seeing where I've been watching it a little bit too. And it's kind of like, okay, it's starting to, and I don't know for sure. I heard Bill Gates talking about it too, but I'm glad you hit that though too. I forgot about that. We wanted to hit on it as well. So can you already hit on the E-Myth book, and I wish I had my iPad with me. I literally have that book I'm about to start reading right now. Slade been trying to get me on there. I'm like, okay, man, let me get on that and read this E-Myth. So that's crazy you said that. Are there any other books you recommend?
I think foundationally, the book says, man, without a vision, the people perish. Write the vision, make it plain upon tables. You got to have a vision, and there's no greater vision than what God lays for you to head you down that path. But there's a book by Brian Tracy. It's actually called Goals, and it basically gives you just some really fundamental things that you can do to establish goals, how to frame up to create a goal. They say, a goal without a deadline is a wish. You got to not only set a goal, but you have to set, when you want to accomplish this, you got to have that onus to really write it and make it plain. So I would say a book by Brian Tracy called Goals. And he actually has another book that I love. It's called Eat That Frog. And that's by Brian Tracy as well. And all that Eat That Frog means is nobody would eat a live frog, right? But the frog it deals with procrastination. They say people sometimes get busy, or they'll give themselves a busy life, a busy existence, but they're not busy getting ahead. They're just doing a lot of things, avoiding the real work they need to do to move their life into a better place. And it's because they're avoiding doing the tough things. There's things that really create some fear in us. They're scared. And he's saying, eat that frog. Do that thing first. Don't just do some stuff. Don't just clean up your office. Make those phone calls that you're scared to make. Go apply for that loan that you're scared to apply for. He says, eat that frog. Don't go and do stuff that's easy for you to do to make it give yourself the sense that you're doing something to move yourself ahead. No, you're avoiding doing the things that you're afraid to do. And that's what Eat That Frog. It just deals with procrastination and getting you to move in that direction. And one last one is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. He used to be the publisher of Success Magazine. And The Compound Effect, it basically talks about that you can't win overnight. It's a compound effect. That you do this, you have this, create this discipline, right? That's why the book says we ought to die daily. We can't go from being where we're at to everything that God wants us to be tomorrow. But he says we have to die daily. Yeah. That we're refining and we're being molded, like, you know, the potter with the clay. We're being molded moment by moment, day by day. We have to die every day. And that's what the compound effect it talks about, is that, you know, and I use this illustration. I told my team, I said, you know what, man, I realized, and this will sum this up, and is I said, let's say you got a person that's in good shape, 6 foot tall, he's 180, he's lean and mean, right? And he goes out and grabs a donut. I mean, one of them real high calorie donuts. And he eats that donut. He's still, when you look at him, he's still 6 foot, 180. He ate a donut. And I said, you took a person that was way overweight. Man, they were like 5'4" and 300 pounds. And they go and eat an apple. And they eat an apple. And guess what? When they finish eating that apple, they still 5'4", 300 pounds. What's the difference? You not what you do in the moment. You what you do every single day. No. Your habits and your disciplines determine you. So if you 5'4", 300 pounds and you eat apples every day and that's all you eating, you shouldn't see 5'4", 300. You should see 5'4", 120. You just ain't made it there yet. It's not reflective on the outside, but that's what's on the inside of you is 5'4", 140. So you're not what you do today. You are what you do every single day. Because more than likely what you do today, you're gonna do tomorrow. And that defines your life as your habits. And that's, in that book, it's called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy.
Man, guys, y'all ain't got a full course today. I mean, Finance 101. Very quickly too, man, please let people know where they can find you. And, you know, again, he just broke down how he helped for the mutual fund when the life, you know, he does this for a living. And so let them know where they can get in touch with you as well.
Yeah, so anybody can call me in my office. My office is based out of Las Vegas, but we do a lot of business online on Zoom. Most of my clients I only deal with through that portal. But my office number is 702-625-7150. My office address, 7251 Westlake Mead Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89128. But certainly just give me a suite 381. But certainly give me a call, 702-625-7150. If you want to send me an email, it's Eric, my first name, E-R-I-C, Vincent, B as in victory, I-N-C-E-N-T, green, just like the color, at gmail.com. You can certainly send me an email, and I'll certainly, once I get that response from you, I'll be able to send you some information to direct you to see some of these concepts that we talked about today and expose you to all of that information.
Guys, check him out. Doda, make sure you put that on the screen so everybody can see that when he says that as well. Guys, take advantage of this because he knows what he is talking about. Man, I want to thank you for this show, guys, and I hope you were blessed and learned some things by it. That is the point of me doing this show. I love talking to people who are doing things that I don't know a lot about. You know, you're not supposed to be the smartest person in the room. You're supposed to be able to learn something from somebody. I've gleaned that very much, and I've learned some stuff today, and hopefully you have as well, man. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it so much, Mr. Eric Green, man. And again, don't Don't think this is not the only time I'll have you on, because I got a whole bunch of more stuff I love to get into. So definitely thank you, though. So I know you're busy, and I know it's a lot going on for you, but taking the time out, I greatly appreciate it, sir.
No problem. I appreciate you having me. It's always a blessing to share the good news from the financial front to God's people. And at the end of the day, we are who we help. It's not what we acquire for ourselves, but what we do to impact the lives of others. And I'm just thankful to God that He's blessed me with the wisdom, the knowledge, the heart to share information with people, and not just for gain. Truly, I get a pleasure off of seeing that people move in a positive direction in their life, and any small part that I can play to help them to do that. And certainly appreciate you for allowing me to get on this platform and give a voice. Just been a great opportunity to be able to come on here and share some of that knowledge with you. So I thank you for creating this platform for people to be able to be educated, because it's more knowledge, the better we're going to be off if we can get more of that wisdom.
Yeah, it's a blessing to me, guys. You know where to find us, Shareholders Podcast on the Mighty Sharp Network as well, guys. I'm Monty, and I always want you guys to be blessed, and most importantly as well as that, stay sharp.